Welcome back, guys. Today we are here with another expert talk and we have Mr. Inderjit. Mr. Inderjit, your background in cybersecurity is pretty extensive. Could you share with us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I have been in this industry for about 25 years. I started off my career from networking, and then slowly I actually moved on to cybersecurity. As you can see that today in our industry, we are focusing on IR 4.0. So cybersecurity is one of the very important components. All right. So that's why now I was actually also looking into cybersecurity trainings as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Since in cybersecurity, right, how severe it is currently nowadays, or how important it is to have a countermeasure to cybersecurity attacks, because we've seen the news all around that even banks, big companies are also getting cyber attacks.
Well, cybersecurity is getting a very, very serious issue now. Okay, and in fact, it has been a very serious issue since those days, but at that point of time, people didn't take cybersecurity attacks seriously. And then there was a ransomware attack. I'm sure you heard about WannaCry, which actually hit the entire world. All right, and a lot of people were actually affected by that. So starting then, everyone is already taking cybersecurity very seriously because the amount of damage that it has done for the organization. All right, and day by day, in material, whether you are a very small organization that has maybe 15 staff, all right, or you're an organization that has 1,000 or 5,000 staff, you can be victim. And also in material of which industry you're from. All right, somebody can tell, we are just an education company. Okay, what is the hackers going to get from us? But unfortunately, we are their targets as well. So they are not just targeting healthcare, they are not just targeting finance industry, basically any industry. Even if you're in the entertainment industry, you are also becoming a victim, right? So everyone is affected by that lah. And day by day, the damage is getting bigger and bigger. And most recently, just I guess a couple of days ago, and airline industry also was affected as well. So many records were actually exposed. So if you have been traveling, all right, using planes and so forth, then probably right now as we are speaking, your information is being sold somewhere on the internet to somebody.
I see. So it's across the board. Every single industry is also affected, and it's very important to have some sort of countermeasure to all these cybersecurity attacks. Can you share with us what is the most well-known or most dangerous sort of cybersecurity attack?
See, for hackers, right? Many people think hackers only has got one method of hacking somebody, but they actually have a lot of different techniques, a lot of different strategies. Okay. Assuming if one method doesn't work, for example, if they try to use, for example, password dictionary attack, it's a very common attack, and if they fail in that, they got no problem. Then they use the next strategy. For example, they try something more sophisticated, man-in-the-middle attack. All right, if that doesn't work, they probably do something on maybe SQL injection, for example, or maybe they do a ransomware attack. So they have so many different ways of attacking. All right, and the thing is, we on the good side always have more job to do. Okay, and we are supposed to protect our environment, our people from all these different methods. And currently, the method that is being used a lot by the hackers is actually social engineering.
Social engineering.
Exactly.
Explain a bit more
So,
about that.
how social engineering works is, in social engineering, the most important element is trust. For example, right? Let's say you are the HR manager. Okay, so I am one of the staff. So whenever I communicate with you, I talk to you very politely, I talk to you very nicely. Whatever you ask me to do, I'll do, all those kind of things. Why am I being so kind to you? That's because I want you to trust me. Okay, I want you to trust me. And once you already trust me, once that relationship is there, the trust is already there, then next time what will happen is when I ask you for some insider's information, you'll be less reluctant to share with me.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So that's why I say in social engineering, the element of trust is the most important thing. Okay. So what will happen once the trust is already there? Next time when I ask you something of insider information, you probably will tell me that, okay, I tell you, but you don't tell anybody, okay? Right, not right? So that's what will actually happen.
Okay.
And that is what social engineering is all about. But the thing is, people need to understand, in social engineering, yes, trust is the most important element, where they try to gain your trust and then later on they manipulate you to get insiders information. But in social engineering, there's a lot of subcategories available. Okay? And these subcategories basically defines, for example, if let's say the hackers are going to use email to manipulate your trust, then we call it phishing. All right? There's another method whereby I'm sure like many people would have received calls from the bank telling that your credit card has been used maybe in the airport for 4,000 ringgit, okay? And then they want to verify the transaction and stuff like that.
IC information.
Yes, exactly. So that is under the category of phishing.
Okay.
Starts with a V, phishing. All right. So there's many categories in social engineering. So one thing I'd like to elaborate in here is that when it comes to cybersecurity, it's never a one-person job. All right. It involves three main components. One of the main components is actually the people. So when we talk about the people, we are talking about the management team, we are talking about the IT team, we are talking about the end user. And all these three will have to cooperate, So example, let's say the end users are cooperating, the IT team is doing the job, but the management team is not cooperating. Cannot, because there's one big door that's open up that the hackers can take advantage.
I see.
Similarly, anyone who doesn't work together, there's a very big door open which the hackers can take advantage.
Okay.
All right, and these three groups of people, they basically represent the people component that has to be there. Secondly, is the processes has to be in place. All right, processes means like you want to have like auditing being done. All right, you want to follow certain frameworks, those kind of stuff. Policies in place, like very simple policy is making sure everyone uses a proper complex password and stuff like that. There's at least 8 characters and stuff like this.
Not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then it's also not the password. If you use your password as your password, right? That is the world's #1 most famous password.
Guys, remember that that's the worst password. Okay.
Okay. You use that, I think 24 hours your account, that's it lah. Bye-bye already. Okay. And the third element to that is actually the technology. So that's where all the different solutions that we use. But the question here is this. All right. How are you going to deploy the technology if you do not have the right people? You don't have the right people with you. You don't have the people with the right set of skills with you.
Okay.
So at the end, it comes back to the people again.
Moving towards the people, in regards to that, right, then most of the industry in cybersecurity is a global threat in many different industry. You need the people in place in order to protect the entire company from cybersecurity.
Correct.
Hence the growing, career in cybersecurity. How is it like right now? Is cybersecurity a growing career in the world right now?
Okay, if you're going to specialize in cybersecurity, all right, it's part of IR 4.0. Okay, and we have to understand whenever the market has taken a particular direction, okay, it's there for 20 to 25 years, at least, okay, before you ever see any slowdown. But when it comes to cybersecurity, I don't think so it will ever slow down, because it's always evolving, all right. Let me ask you, for all these years, right, have you stopped locking your house?
No.
Never, right? All right, so this is going to be a very continuous thing, put it this way.
I see. And then people are getting more creative nowadays. They get better unlocking. So you need better locks.
Exactly. So your skills, one thing when you're in cybersecurity field, you have to keep upgrading your skill. As things evolve, you have to evolve as well. All right. Then there's always a need for you. People cannot live without you. If people can live without you, it's like they're telling, oh, my house today, the technology is so advanced, I no need to lock my house. Try and see.
Okay. What's your word of advice to companies who think that cybersecurity is not a need for their organization? Most SME companies, they started their company, the last thing that they want to think about is incurring additional costs for securing the company's data. What
True.
are your words?
Well, I always think there's two ways you can learn. All right, either you become a victim, you learn about it, or you just be wise enough, you learn from other people's mistake.
I see.
Okay, so companies has two choices. All right, so I think if the company is wise enough, you will learn from other people's mistake. Today every day in the news, everywhere there are cases of companies being hacked and so forth. We can see the amount of damage is being done. So I think they are wise enough to take it seriously.
I see.
All right, and another thing is this. Some people might just say, no worries, my company is very rich, we can pay them, no problem. Okay, let me ask you, what about the brand of the company? An organization has to work day in, day out, 20 years, 25 years before it becomes brand. Okay, but it requires just one single incident, okay, for you to lose the entire trust that the customers has placed on you, all right, your investors has placed on you. Let me ask you a very simple question. You save money in the bank, right?
Correct.
If today the same bank get hacked and tomorrow you will still keep your money in there?
No, definitely
Very
not.
simple.
But this is happening nowadays as well.
It is happening.
Money is being disappearing from bank, and sometimes you're asking questions, they don't even know what was the reason why.
True. I have people who tell me that they lost like 30,000, all right, and then they have to go and report to 3 different organizations separately. They are not even integrated, they are all separated. And this guy was telling me that already 6 months no news. So I was like very sad, feeling bad for this guy. So this guy said, India, don't feel bad for me. My friend, 150,000. Oh, I said crazy. Okay, 150,000
we shouldn't
is...
laugh about that, right? Okay, this
right?
is a serious thing.
Look at the amount, all right? The amount is so huge and they don't know what's going to happen. The last one they shared with me, this was already 6 months. No news.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a cybersecurity professional, you can see that that there's a big demand in the cybersecurity field. Say as a fresh graduate like me, if I want to go into cybersecurity field, do I need to have some sort of technical background in order for me to jump into it?
Okay, now cybersecurity is a technical field.
All right.
Okay, I won't simply paint a very rosy picture to say it's easy and stuff like that. I will let you know how is the journey going to be so that mentally you'll be very prepared. Okay, it's a technical field.
All right.
But it's also not that technical that if you don't do proper preparation, you cannot achieve it. No. If you do proper preparation, even though it's a technical thing, you can definitely still find a lot of success in that. All right. So, what kind of preparation you have to do? What kind of preparation someone has to do? All got to do where is a starting point.
Okay.
All right. Obviously, we are talking about cybersecurity. We are talking about digital world. We are talking about information technology, right? So obviously, you need to be good in your PCs. You need to be good in networks. All right. So assuming if you have some basics in computers, all right, then there are courses like for example, like CompTIA A+, for example,
Okay.
which can actually give you some basics on those kind of stuff. All right. Then there are also other courses that shows you how networks work. Then you learn some foundation of security as well. Okay, you don't directly go into the advanced course then you start to see all kind of stars, planets appearing. Okay, so learning is basically there's a path that you have to follow. There's a journey you have to follow. Okay, if you ask me for shortcuts, unfortunately I don't have any. But if you are looking at what path you should follow, that I can actually help you.
Okay.
So focus on the foundation first. If you are new to it, all right, make sure at least your basic computer skills is over there lah.
Okay,
right?
that's
Right.
definitely a given. So when you're following the pathways, right, to be a cybersecurity expert in your career, there's one word just now you mentioned about CompTIA. What is CompTIA? Is it a certification, and what sort of certification is great for a cybersecurity expert?
Okay, CompTIA is basically one organization that provides the certification and training, all right, related to networking and also cybersecurity. All right, like the courses I mentioned just now to you, the A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, those are actually coming from CompTIA. All right, and these courses will actually give you the foundation. All right, of course they have more advanced courses, and there are many different put it this way, many different brands available out there. Comtea is one of them. There's another one called AZ Console as well.
Alright.
These are the two most common ones lah. So once you can actually attend those classes and pass the exams and so forth, then we can take you to even more advanced courses. So the very advanced one, the exams can be 24 hours, can be 48 hours. That means you are given, example 48 hours, all right, whether you want to eat at that time, you want to sleep at that time, you want to play soccer at that time, it's your choice. All right, it's your choice, and you have only 48 hours to finish up the whole exam. So everything will be based on the simulation.
Okay.
It's pretty much exactly as a real environment. All right, it's not going to be objective questions, stuff like that. No, they give you a real world scenario. All right, fix this problem. And not only fix the problem,
Exciting.
after you fix the problem, they give you a couple of hours for you to generate the reports as well. So you need to give them the reports. What was your finding and so forth. So that's how complex things can be. And in order to sit for this advanced exam, information has to be on your fingertips. So it's not something that you attempt at the early stage. All right, you get some initial cybersecurity certification, go and get some industrial experience. Once you're comfortable, then you go for it.
I see.
All right. In fact, I have a friend that he's a very good cybersecurity person, very good, one of the top guys, and he in fact sat for this advanced exam as well. And he told me, he said, anyone who can pass this exam, I will salute this guy.
Oh,
that's hard. All right, but that is also showing how good you are. People are looking at, oh, it's difficult or no. If you ask me, if it's tough, I'll be so excited. Why? Because when I go through, when I reach to the top, there's few people over there.
I see.
Can you see that? My opportunity, yes, exactly, best of the best, and my opportunities is so much more over there. Can you see that or not?
I see.
That's one way of how you differentiate yourself. All right, cannot go direct. Okay, again I say it's a journey. You can. Some people say, "Man, I go for advanced. I work hard. I just go for advanced." Cannot. You have to go for foundation, go for the intermediate level, get some real life experience before we actually go to the advanced courses.
I see. It's like the semantic tree branch. You go through the branch first, and then the stem before the leaves. If you jump on the leaves, there's nothing to hold on. You just
Exactly. Okay.
Very great insight. Let's talk about money. Okay, everyone wants to know about money, right? So, what's the purpose of getting the certification?
Okay.
Is the industry lucrative? I think that's what everyone wants to know.
I believe so lah. I believe so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Your dollar and cents will come back to how good you are. If you are good, I always believe people can smell you.
I see.
All right. I cannot talk about other people, but I can only tell you about my personal experience. The only time I ever went for an interview was my first interview. That was in 1996.
Wow.
That was the only interview I ever went. And rest of the job for the past 25 years, I got it through the word of mouth.
I see.
Okay, I don't know who these people are whatsoever. Somehow they get to know me. They know my skill set. They just tell me, come and join us and do this, do that for us. That's how it works. Okay. So, am I earning good dollar and cents? Obviously, I am. Okay, obviously, I am. But it will take some time, lah. Okay, it didn't come easily. It came through hard work as well, especially my first 2 years. Whatever I am today, I would say it's because of the first 2 years that I worked like, I don't know, you call it like a dog or whatsoever. Okay. You just imagine my schedule, okay? Because I was new at that point of time, so in the morning I'll teach my classes. So when my class is over at 5 o'clock, then I'll go back. Then around 5:30 I'll go back, and around 7 I'm back to the office.
I see.
So I was very fortunate because I was with a training center. All right. So when you talk about 1996, right? There's no virtual machines, nothing. There weren't these technologies available. They only came in at a later stage.
I see.
So because I was with a training center, I had the opportunity of the privilege of setting up like one classroom. You go to the end row there and set up 4 or 5 different machines. We have the servers, we have the clients for us to do all our testing. It's just not just read. After read, I need to do the hands-on portion. All right. And I always do that. Then I'll go back like early morning, like maybe 3 o'clock sometimes maybe. Then come back again at 7, 8 o'clock to office.
Wow.
So this is every day for the first 2 years. And every time I'll be grumbling to my senior, do I really need to do this? I mean, look, everyone is, after office hour, the whole office will be empty. What am I doing here alone?
True,
all right?
true.
But if today you ask me, whatever I have is because of that 2 years. In fact, at one time, I even break down as well. All right, I still remember at that time I was having fever, and I think should be like early morning, 2 o'clock like this probably. I was doing my work as usual because I need to prepare for the next day class. I need to prepare for the exams and stuff like that. While doing my work, suddenly I started to cry. Yeah, exactly. And cry means really crying like a baby. Oh. And obviously I get shocked. I mean, why am I crying all of a sudden? So I got shocked, and then I just pushed myself. I just pushed myself from there. Then I just talked to myself, Indrajit, why are you crying? What happened? Relax. So I still remember at that time I used to have a small Sony player. So that time we're still using cassettes. So on the Bhangra sound, so I just danced in the class for about 10 minutes, I guess. Then I said, Indrajit, go back and sleep. Okay, I pushed myself that hard. So if today, if there's a certain level of success I have, is because I earned it. All right. So if the viewers, people are willing to put that kind of hard work in, I believe they also will be able to achieve this kind of success. And I believe if they're given a little bit more guidance, during our time there's nobody to guide us, you see. So now there are people like me that can guide them. They definitely can go much more higher. All right. I'm not interested in 6,000, 7,000. I'm not interested in that. I'm looking at minimum of at least 5 figure. Anything above 10,000. Anything less than that, I'm not interested. All right. So it's going to be 15,000, 25,000, 30,000 per month, or 50,000 per month. That depends on the person's hard work. I can show the way, but are you willing to go through the journey or not?
I see. So the opportunity is there, guys, but whether you are willing to make the path, it's a path that is, you can hear from Indrajit itself, it's not easy, right? But it's definitely there. There you guys. Indrajit, do you have any last words for anybody who's interested to go into the cybersecurity industry?
The way I will say that the opportunities are there, but you really need to put in the work. If you don't mind putting the hard work that is required, all right, you see, you must understand the hard work is not going to be 20, 30 years. No, it's going to be just for the couple of years, the initial years. Once you already get a hang of it, all right, even next time when the technology change, when you want to learn the new changes, right, you'll be able to pick up very fast because your foundation is very strong. So get the foundation right so that in the future, when the technology keeps on changing, all right, when you want to pick up all the changes, it'll be very, very easy for you. Okay, salary, you guys decide. It's all in your hand. It's not decided by anyone. You are skillful, as I said. If you are skillful, people will be able to smell you. People will search for you. And I have a lot of people. I have trained a lot of people. Okay, these guys actually did all the certification in Malaysia, but they got the opportunity in overseas. Here, they were jobless. There, they are driving a BMW.
Ooh.
Okay, that's how much difference it can be. And how I knew, because one of them came and met me. So he came back from overseas, then he just bought me some souvenirs. Then I asked what's happening and things like that. So he told me this situation over there. And these people also knew nothing. These people knew nothing. So every single piece of knowledge that they have right now that they are using is shared by me.
I see.
So I can train people, we can actually train people, but your willingness to learn, your willingness to do hard work. These people that I train, all right, I even brought them to my house, all right, and I drilled them till early morning. They start morning like 7, 8 o'clock with me. Next day about 2, 3 o'clock morning when you will stop. All right, but they work hard for it. But today they are enjoying life, right? No, you are jobless in here, and there you're driving a BMW. There's a lot of difference, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Plus, given the fact that overseas.
Yes, exactly. All right, they are at least earning 3-4 times of our currency, right? But again, even though that's the case, but my humble appeal to everyone in here is that, if possible, when you get very skillful and so forth, try to stay within Malaysia because we don't have enough of people.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have enough of people. Okay, so in fact, there are actually a lot of opportunities in Malaysia itself. All right, so at this point of time, you just focus on getting a foundations. All right, then sit for the other relevant courses and so forth. Okay, and I'm also very sure that our viewers they do want to do this lifetime in the sense that every day using commands, using tools to doing all the cybersecurity job. So at the end of the day, you definitely also want to go to the management level.
Yes.
Yes, we have the path also. All right, we have paths that can actually from the start all the way you go to the management level. Management level means you become a chief technical officer, you become the CISO. All right, so this kind of roles.
I see.
Once you are there, the big money is surrounding you lah. Okay, and some people ask, can I just go to that high-end courses directly and then become a chief technical officer? So I asked them this question: when you become a chief technical officer, who are you managing? It's those cybersecurity professionals, right?
Yes.
But did you go through the journey? Do you know the job? Don't know, right? So when you don't know, whatever you say, they can always manipulate you.
True.
You say you want 3 days to finish up a particular task. They say, no, we cannot do, we need 3 weeks. And you just have to agree to them. Can you see that?
Yes.
So when you yourself go through a journey and then you go to the management level, so when you manage these people, you know exactly what is the task you need to give it to them, how long it will actually take. Can you see that? Yes. So you become the quality CISO, quality CTOs.
True.
Clear?
Okay.
So go through that journey. Don't be in a rush. Take it, just like when you eat a bowl of rice. If you take everything in one go, then you'll choke. So just take little by little, bites by bites. Okay, that's my last piece of advice.
Thank you so much, Inderjit, for your insight.
Welcome.
For the viewers, everybody who is interested, please subscribe to our channel and definitely stay on SkillCheer. Thank you.